Good
I don't
morning, good
know if they have a
morning, good
shelf in
morning.
there.
I hope you're all
Can I
having a
run by the window
fantastic
and see
morning
if
and
they
a
have a shelf in
fantastic
there
weekend.
that I want?
Wanted to get a video out here. I was hoping to get it out yesterday,
They do.
right after the AMA,
Okay.
but
So then
unfortunately
I
I
would
did
need to
not
kill all
have
these
the
things.
opportunity
So
to. So I'm putting
we're
it
going
together
hot.
this morning. So I've had a few hours to kind of
Wish they would let me
think
get a
about the
silencer on this
AMA
thing.
and some of the top items that I think are the most important. So as usual, I'm trying to squeeze the hour session into 10 to 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and jump in
It's
there.
just been a
First of all,
mess, to
uh,
say the least.
the format I really like the Twitch format. Um, there's a lot of repeat questions this time, unfortunately. Um, but I think there was some
I should
really
have
good
swapped out
information
my
that came out of
tactical
it. So we're
shotgun.
going to go ahead and dive into the first one.
Get other
The
ones.
first item being, first of all, how about Fred the farmer? He looks like a typical farmer. We'll start with that.
Don't you have another 15? No,
All
not
right,
in
we'll
my
go
bag.
ahead
I
with the
have another
greenhouses.
50
There
or
wasn't a
so,
ton of
but they're
updates
all in
happening
the.
or
What are you
mentioned
doing,
in the
bruh?
AMA for the greenhouse.
Whoa!
The biggest one
There's a
being
lot
the
of you.
fact that it is right now it's ahead of schedule. They were
They're all
initially
in the
targeting to
storage
have it
containers
complete
now.
by February 25th. Lycos did mention on the AMA that it is ahead of schedule, so we should be seeing here shortly. They did also mention that they are going to give us at least a 7-day heads up before the sale to allow us or those that want to
Why
go
didn't you
ahead
target that one?
and withdraw
Oh,
from
that jammed.
SEST staking. So keep an eye on that. The wildflower was a little bit of a bomb that dropped on some people, but those that wanted it, I think were able to purchase it. It did not sell as well as we expected, but it also didn't have as much hype. And to be honest with you,
How did you end up with
a
Zomboid?
lot of people are short-term thinking on
How?
that one. I think it'll be useful
I
in
knew
the
you were playing
future,
it for a bit.
but I won't dwell on that. So that's it. The greenhouse coming soon, probably in the next couple weeks.
So what we've learned out of
That
this is
includes
if
the
I shoot
seeding
enough,
system,
they
which will
will
be
eventually
very,
stop
very
coming.
important for these farms in the
Sounds
future. It'll
counterproductive.
actually make them, I think, a lot more valuable also.
But
Because we'll be able to create a number of additional
still playing
products.
Thursdays or something different.
In addition to
Okay.
that, he hinted at they are on track for the production or the product, basically the barn and the
Let's
products
reload.
system is going to be available in March. All right,
Let's
the
reload
next
again.
item that came up was around
I think it's picking up all the
New
stragglers from the high
Waxchester
school.
and basically the SEST burning. That seemed to be the theme of about half the questions that were asked in the AMA.
How are you liking it?
So Lycos and Bruce dove into some of the features that will be available in New Waxchester. Some of them may not be available day one, but these will be items that you're able to really burn some
Oh,
cest
they
with.
had another friendship
The
bracelet.
first one being, and this was mentioned
That
in
makes me sad now.
the
I need to
announcement
find another
that came out
machete.
yesterday, is buildings. All the buildings that are available in New
Or the ability to
Waxchester, and
put
if you
my
want to take
crowbar on
a
my
look at
belt.
my New Waxchester tour
That would
that
be
I did
great.
with Lycos and team, I'll go ahead and link the description. Or, I'm sorry, link the video. But all the buildings that you see in that video are going to be available for sale. So you'll be able to purchase those, and essentially it's first come first serve. They may have a few of the key buildings. I would assume like the town hall, the bank, things like that are potentially going to go up for auction. They're still looking through those.
You still can't repair the axe.
But all the
No,
other
but I
buildings,
have before.
it's essentially first come first serve. They are going to be a fixed price for most of them. They did mention that people are going to have to weigh whether they want to. That the buildings are not going to be cheap, so they're going to have to weigh whether they want to use that SEST or keep it in their staking.
Why won't you let me pick it up?
Depending on the prices, I'm definitely going to try and get at least one of the buildings. I'd love to get at least one of the buildings. I'm not going to go ahead and go ham and try and get all of the buildings. I just don't have the money for that or the SEST for that. But one would be fun. I think one would be neat to have. It's like owning land in a game. All right, the next item that they did talk about was, and this is not going to be day one, but this in the future, is items that will drop almost on a weekly basis that will allow you to customize your farm to make it look different than everyone else. There will be limited items, limited quantity items. They even mentioned as far as your house, being able to customize your house. I'm assuming like furniture, things like that, wall colors. He didn't specify what it was going to be, so I'm just speculating with this. But they did mention that you'll be able to customize your house and different parts of your farm, which I think is a neat aspect. The customization will not provide any SEST bonuses, so this is a pure vanity enjoyment of the game, SEST burning type of mechanic, which I think is really neat. And a lot of people have been asking for that literally since I joined the game in early November. People have been asking for some sort of customization. So it'll be neat actually seeing that added. Another one is the ability to, he was very vague on this, was either move your house, this house here, from your farm to New Waxchester, or purchase a house in New Waxchester. These are items that were not in that video tour that we went through last week. So this is something that will be added in the future. The main benefit that he mentioned, and one of the things that hasn't really been mentioned too much before, is to go from your farm to New Waxchester. There will be a cooldown time frame. So I won't be able to just go run over here like I did in the video last week and go through this little entrance here and automatically be in New Waxchester.
We need out of that?
Your farm's a decent distance away. He mentioned potentially 3 different forms of transportation: donkey, a moped,
would have been ideal
or something along those lines, or a train. The train obviously being the fastest, and the donkey being the slowest. It could take up to 2 hours to transition from your farm over to New Waxchester, so that's something to keep in mind.
There we go.
Each one will cost a different price, so it's another burning mechanism. But if you get to the point where you're able to purchase a house or move your house to New Waxchester, that will reduce that time frame considerably. No price tag on that yet, but it's something to keep an eye out for. And then the last one, again, will not be in day one. This will be once multiplayer is available in New Waxchester. They're going to do games and activities that will allow people to compete against each other. Prizes, I'm assuming, but you'll have to enter, and there will be a cost to enter the actual game. So that's something that's another burning mechanism and a socializing mechanism. So as far as the time framing of the multiplayer, he did mention not day one in New Waxchester, but it's something that they're looking to do shortly after, or start working on as soon as New Waxchester is available. So those are some of the key burning mechanisms, plus new buildings, plus a whole lot of other things. The DOA, DAO, I forget the initials. Basically the council that we've talked about previously. That's another way to burn. In order to get one of those 10 spots, you're gonna have to spend SEST in order to get those. Which I'm assuming, based on feedback that I'm getting, it's not going to be cheap, because you're going to have a say in how everything goes, or you'll have a vote. I don't know necessarily. I don't want to say, but you'll have a vote in the future development of New Waxchester, and so on. So those are some of the big burning mechanisms. The ability to move your house or buy a house in New Waxchester is something brand new. Something I never heard of before, but it's a neat concept, and you'll be able to customize that house. And I'm assuming, I could be wrong on this, but if you do buy a building in New Waxchester, I have to assume you're going to have the ability to customize that also down the road. We'll see. Nothing's been really announced around that.
Some kind of market and a
that was the burning mechanism. There are a few small hitting items I want to get to before I get to the last one, which I think is the most interesting item that came out of the AMA, but a few minor items I wanted to mention. They did say that the 3D animals are coming. There's a lot of people who are complaining that stop messing with the 3D animals and focus on New Waxchester. Lycos did confirm that the people that are working on the 3D animals are not the same people in New Waxchester. Those people that are working on those animals have no ability, I don't want to say no ability, but are not able to help with the development of New Waxchester. So there would be absolutely no point in pulling them off of the animals. So keep that in mind when you're complaining about the animals and that taking up so much time. He also did hint, and this is way down the road, at the potential of another city beyond New Waxchester. One that's not even starting to be developed yet. It depends on the market situation and the demand.
I also feel like, why am I
he was
still
even
getting
hinting
paranoid
at
all the
potentially
time?
another city that would be on a different blockchain. So there would be some connection between blockchains with that city.
You've killed as many as I've killed.
That I thought was interesting.
There's no way you should still be intimidated.
Nothing firm about that though. All right, just taking a look at my papers. All right, let's get into the exciting and I think the item that a lot of people have been aware of.
Stragglers most of the time. What is that?
As you all know, Lycos and team are trying to get collaborations with other projects, with other products, real world products, and also other games. We're aware of some collaborations with Taco. Obviously, we're using the Taco app. We're obviously aware of some I don't want to say third party, but real world products. That's something that this will be connected to. But we don't hear a lot of other games that are really getting connected until today.
Has a lot of arcades.
I've kind of hinted at this in other videos, but Lycos confirmed that there is a collaboration between Farming Tales and a brand new game that is coming out called Unlinked. This is one that I've made several videos about. This is one that I am excited about. I even just made a video this morning about the free drop that they're having. But there will be a connection between these games. The teams are working very closely together. Not the same developers.
The checkered ones.
Please keep that in mind. It is not the same development team. It's potentially they're collaborating. They're not taking from the Farming Tales team. You know who you are. Just throwing that out there.
Why do we get a taco?
All right. But one of the neat things that I was not aware of beforehand was the potential of NFTs that can bridge the two games. Whether it's supply or food that we generate in this game that can be sent over to Unlinked and either used for another product or potentially blended with an item in Unlinked to create another item. All of these are within the scheme. This is again another step towards a true metaverse. A lot of people, Wax, saying this nicely, Wax does not have does not have links between games like that, between NFTs that can be used in multiple purposes in multiple games. They are doing that. This is another reason to be excited about Farming Tales. I know the market is down right now in Farming Tales. There's a lot of optimism from my perspective for Farming Tales in the long-term games, and this is just another addition. Unlinked, as far as the drops that they've had, have gone quickly. There's been some excitement. They are free drops, and the items right now are selling for several hundred wax. So that just should tell you how excited that should make you about the potential, not just potential of this game, not just potential of Unlinked, but just the combination of the two working together and potentially other connections in the future. So that's a neat thing. That was probably the most exciting thing that I took out of the AMA. NFTs being able to be used in multiple games. That's cool. That is, now you're getting into the metaverse aspect. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, trying to squeeze an hour-long AMA into 10-15 minutes. I hope you got something out of this. If you weren't able to join the AMA, thank you very much for your time and have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. Thank you.